you obviously need money to get by, so there's obviously an importance there, but it's not what's dangling in front of my face. I'm not chasing the money. I'm more chasing the dream. And everything seems to be working out. I'm in a very fortunate position where I get to live my life the way I want to live it and with the people who I want to live it with. And I've always said that if you can have a roof over your head and have a goal, then you're probably on schedule in your life. So I think I'm on schedule. I have the privilege of going home to a great place. I work with amazing people. I get to create really cool content. I get to travel the world for free and experience different cultures and experience different things, and that's worth more than any monetary value. So, I'm more about chasing the dream, chasing culture, and if the money comes, the money comes. But I'm definitely content with where I am now. But obviously doing it at a bigger level. But making cool stuff and having fun with my friends is really the goal. Do I think going to St. John's University, those classes extremely influenced me? I don't know. But I know that going to school and being around a bunch of my peers, of people who had the same ambition and the same goals and the same drive, motivated me. And it kind of set the bar for me, like, if these kids can do it, we can do it. So I think what I've paid for as far as going to college is I've paid to be around like-minded people. And what I went through in St. John's has led me to this point. Meeting J. Cole, meeting Mike, meeting Al, who I work with today. These are people who are still in my life, who I work with closely, who I met in college. And, I think that's probably the most important part of education. But I would really love to see art injected more into schools, especially in urban communities. I'd love for kids to know that they can be behind the camera, or they can be in an executive room or in a sound room and still create art and still be influential and still feel fulfilled, but not have to be in front of the camera. There's a lot of ways to be influential. There's a lot of ways to be successful. And I just wish that our school system in New York City, showcased these opportunities to our youth. So yeah, these things are really important to By Any Means. We've just joined Big Brothers Big Sisters. What we're in the process of trying to attempt to do is create a workshop, a monthly workshop where kids can come here to our office, and we can set up stations, and have kids work with Tavon and Eric on how to design album covers or design posters or flyers, and having a kid work with me and seeing how we shoot and how to light properly, and having people working with Ali learn how to do publicity. We want these kids to come here and really understand that there's more to this industry and there's a lot of ways to be successful. So that's important to us, giving back, influencing the youth. That's important to us, and that's something that we strive to really take on this year. It comes down to culture. It's what you're experienced to, and that's my point about it being the New York City public school system. It's their responsibility to expose these children to these different options. And it goes back to being a product of your environment. If you don't know about it, how do you know? I mean, I'm 29 years old, and I still know people I'm from the Bronx. I still know people who have never left the Bronx. Like, they've never even gone to Jersey. And it's just because they've never been exposed to it. And, I think the more that we expose these kids to all these different options, the more they're going to be able to make their own decisions. But if you tell a kid through media that they can only be a basketball player, a rapper, or a model, what options does a kid really have? But I think if people like us and us and other people take the responsibility of exposing these kids to these opportunities, they'll be able to see what makes sense for them. And that's what we're hoping to do with this workshop, is influence these kids to do something unique and something special and something that they can be proud of. So another thing that we're attempting to do this year is our BAM store, which we just opened, which you can check out at byanymeans.co.co. shop. So yeah, we just opened our store. We have these T-shirts, we have these hats, and you know, we're not trying to start a clothing label or do anything like that. You know, like I've been saying throughout this interview, it's all about integrity, and we want to have integrity with this. So you know, this all came about from us shooting videos and people stealing content and then taking content from our video shoots and putting them up on websites. So we were like, you know, if these people are going to do that, we might as well have some type of apparel on that's going to continuously promote our brand. So we just made stuff for us internally. And then as we were wearing it, people eventually were like, yo, where'd you get that from? I want one, I want one, I want one. And it got to a point where so many people said I wanted one. We were like, maybe it's worth it to open up a shop where we can not only sell art, but we can also sell this cool apparel. And that's what we're attempting to do this year. So Karma Loop is on board. You'll be able to get our stuff on there. We'll be in Urban Outfitters next year. But right now you can get our spring and summer and fall collection at, like I said, byanymeans.co/shop. So you should definitely check it out. We have some really cool stuff. Yeah.